in art history. I'm an art history major and this final is due on Friday. Luckily, with Grammarly, I can upload my class rubric and see what kind of grade I might get. Not my dream grade. Let's clarify this, shorten that, and boom! We have pretty high standards.
Robin Hood, Black Siren, Beta Universe Special Issue. Opening. Evergreen City Nights. Evergreen City never truly slept. It just changed masks. On the rooftops above the financial district, Silas Woodrow Robin Hood watched a warehouse below. Inside, a drug operation moving product through corrupted shipping routes. Robin Hood adjusted his bow. Time to clean this up. The raid begins. He drops silently into the warehouse. Trick arrows disable cameras. Smoke arrows flood the floor. Non-lethal takedowns begin instantly. Drug dealers panic. One yells, "Who the hell is this guy?" Robin Hood replies calmly, "Someone who doesn't like your business model." A new presence. Suddenly, a sonic wave tears through the warehouse glass. All the lights flicker. The criminals collapse holding their ears. A female figure lands on a shipping container. Black suit, a sleek mask, sound distortion rippling around her like water. She tilts her head. "You're interfering with my case." Robin Hood lowers his bow slightly. "Your case?" The first meeting. The two heroes circle each other cautiously. Neither attacks, both analyzing. She steps forward. "I'm Black Siren." A pause. "And I don't usually miss my targets." Robin Hood replies, "I usually don't get interrupted." A beat of silence. Then, they both realize the criminals are already unconscious. Truth revealed, they regroup outside the warehouse. No threats left, just city noise. Black Siren removes her mask halfway. Robin Hood does the same. She studies him. "You're not police. I'm not government." "Good." Identity exchange. Robin Hood speaks first. "I'm Silas Woodrow." She hesitates, then answers, "Lena Varel." A quiet moment passes. The tension shifts. Not danger, recognition. The turn. Lena looks at him. "You work alone a lot?" "By choice." "That's a lie." Robin Hood smirks slightly. "Maybe." Black Siren steps closer. "You're better when you don't pretend you're fine." Robin Hood pauses. For once, he doesn't have a response ready. Epilogue. Rooftop above Evergreen. Later that night, the city lights stretch endlessly below them. They sit side by side, no masks, no weapons raised. Lena leans back. "So what now, Robin Hood?" Silas looks at her. "I don't usually do this part." She smiles slightly. "Good, neither do I." A long silence. Then she nudges him lightly. "Dinner?" Robin Hood exhales. "Yeah, dinner sounds good." Final scene. They stand together on the rooftop edge, Evergreen City glowing beneath them. Robin Hood puts his mask back on, but doesn't leave. Black Siren does the same, but stays beside him. Two heroes, different methods, same city, same night. And for once, neither of them is alone. End of Robin Hood and the Black Siren. The Justice Guardians of America #0. Red Visors Across the World, Beta Universe founding issue. The first attack happened in Jackson City. No warning, no announcement, no negotiation, just impact. Black-clad mercenaries with glowing red visors dropped from unmarked transports onto rooftops, streets, and transit lines. Their armor carried no insignias, only a coiled red dragon emblem burned into their chest plates. They moved like an organized system, not criminals, soldiers. And at the center of the chaos was Max Jackson, Nightwolf. He dropped from the shadows before the first explosion finished echoing. A mercenary turned toward him. Nightwolf disarmed him in a single motion. "Wrong city," he said flatly. Another rushed him. Taken down. Another. Down. But something was wrong. Too coordinated. Too widespread. Nightwolf grabbed one of the fallen visors, scanning it, a signal pulse. Then another. Then dozens. This isn't local, he realized. It's coordinated globally. Within hours, the pattern repeated. Coastal City, Evergreen City, West Haven, all hit at once. Nightwolf didn't wait. In Coastal City, the ocean wind carried smoke over the skyline as mercenaries deployed near ports and industrial docks. The sky lit up with green energy. Hal Ashford, Green Torch, arrived first, forming massive energy constructs that crushed incoming drones midair. Whatever this is, Green Torch said, it's organized like a military operation. From the water below, currents surged upward. Watermen rose from the tide, dragging armored mercenaries into crashing waves, disorienting their systems. And above the docks, mist thickened unnaturally. From within it emerged the mist, striking silently, disabling squads before they could regroup. Green Torch glanced at him. "You always show up like that?" Mist replied calmly. "It's efficient." Together, they cleared Coastal City. But every captured mercenary said the same thing. They are everywhere. Evergreen City was next. The attacks there were faster, sharper, more urban. Mercenaries hit financial districts and transportation hubs simultaneously, but they met resistance immediately. A blur of speed tore through their formations. Ethan Mercer, Velocity, moved like lightning given form, disarming entire squads before they could aim. Above him, arrows pinned weapons to walls. Silas Woodrow, Robin Hood, moved through the chaos with precision, never missing a shot. A sonic wave shattered a group trying to flank them. Black Siren stepped out of the distortion, mask half lit by neon reflections. "I told you this city was mine tonight," she said. Robin Hood glanced at her. "You say that a lot." "And I mean it," she replied. Nearby, Tyler Navarro, Lightning Bug, struck a mercenary with controlled electric bursts, carefully avoiding lethal force. He looked around. "This is way bigger than normal street gangs." Velocity landed beside him briefly. "Yeah," he said, catching his breath. "This is coordinated." They had time to talk further. The mercenaries were already retreating, regrouping for the next city. Then came West Haven, the final wave, and the most dangerous. The sky over West Haven burned red as dropships descended in formation. But waiting for them was already a response. Golden light cut through the clouds. Ethan Calloway, Skyforge, stood at the center of Sentinel Tower's perimeter, energy flaring around him. Behind him, the elemental sentinels were already engaged in containment. Voltstrike destabilized incoming drones. Pterodon crushed landing zones. Night Smoke eliminated infiltration squads before they reached civilians. Tyrian Flux tore elemental pathways apart midair. Skyforge didn't move until the main command ship appeared overhead. Then he rose, and ended it in seconds. When the final mercenary dropped, the silence that followed felt unnatural. Because the world didn't feel saved. It felt observed. All the heroes gathered in West Haven's Central Plaza as emergency forces secured the remaining prisoners. Nightwolf stood apart at first, then spoke. This wasn't random. He looked at the captured mercenary tech. This was testing response time, coordination, weak points. Green Torch crossed his arms. "So we're the test subjects." Skyforge responded, "Or the obstacle." Velocity looked around at the assembled heroes. "That's a lot of obstacles." Robin Hood exhaled, "And not a lot of structure." Night Smoke spoke quietly. "That's the problem." A long silence followed. Then Skyforge stepped forward. "We can't keep responding separately." Green Torch nodded. "He's right." Mist added, "Coordinated threats require coordinated response." Black Siren folded her arms. "So what? We form a club?" Robin Hood smirked slightly. "A structured one would be better." Nightwolf finally spoke again. "There's a condition." All eyes turned to him. He looked directly at Lightning Bug. "He doesn't join." The air shifted immediately. Lightning Bug froze. "What?" Nightwolf didn't hesitate. "This isn't personal. It's control, experience, stability." Velocity stepped forward. "He's just a kid." Nightwolf replied, "And that's exactly why." Lightning Bug clenched his fist slightly. "I can fight. I was there. I helped." Green Torch stepped in. "He did." Skyforge watched quietly. Nightwolf continued, "We already have a teenage hero in the core field." He glanced at Velocity, "And I won't destabilize the structure." Silence again. Then Velocity spoke. "I just turned 18 today." That changed the room. Even Nightwolf paused slightly. Velocity exhaled. "But he's still right about one thing." Lightning Bug looked up. Velocity continued, "This isn't the right team for you. Not yet." Lightning Bug's jaw tightened. "So I just sit out?" Robin Hood spoke gently. "No." A pause. "No, step up differently." Green Torch nodded. "Maybe not this team." Skyforge added, "But that doesn't mean no team." Night Smoke tilted her head. "You're building something else." Velocity looked at Lightning Bug. "After this mercenary thing is over," he nodded slowly. We build a teenage team, proper structure, proper training. Lightning Bug hesitated, then finally, fine. Not happy, but understanding. The tension broke slowly, not into celebration, into agreement. Skyforge looked around at them all. This isn't a coincidence anymore. Nightwolf nodded. It never was. Robin Hood adjusted his bow. So what are we calling this? A pause. Then Green Torch spoke. The Justice Guardians of America. Silence. Then acceptance. One by one. Skyforge extended his hand. Nightwolf looked at it, then took it. One after another, the heroes joined hands. Different cities, different methods, same threat. The alliance formed not from peace, but from necessity. Above them, the burned sky of West Haven finally began to clear. But far away, in the broken mercenary command feed, a symbol flickered once more, a red dragon, still active, still watching. And the world realized, even if the heroes didn't say it out loud, this was not the end. It was the beginning of something bigger. End of the Justice Guardians of America, number 0. The Justice Guardians of America number 0.2, Foundations, Beta Universe Expansion Issue. Westport didn't fall quietly, it fought back. Or more accurately, she did. A transport ship crashed through the skyline, spiraling downward before exploding into a shipping yard. From the fire stepped Princess Elena Cross, warrior, blade in hand, armor scorched, eyes locked on the remaining Red Dragon mercenaries. You picked the wrong city, she said. They opened fire. She moved faster. Steel met gunfire, strength met numbers, and numbers lost. Within minutes, the mercenaries were down. The last one tried to crawl away. Warrior planted her blade in the ground beside him. Tell whoever sent you, she said calmly. Westport is not unguarded. She turned, looked toward the horizon, and neither is the world. West Haven, the warehouse. Hours later, West Haven, a half-finished warehouse stood at the center of an industrial zone. Unmarked, unassuming, but inside, it was becoming something much bigger. The members of the Justice Guardians of America stood together for the first time as a full unit. At the center, Max Jackson, Nightwolf. Before the roof exploded inward. Warrior dropped straight into the room, landing hard, cracking the concrete beneath her. Every hero reacted instantly, weapons raised, energy charged. Then she spoke. I'm not your enemy. Nightwolf stepped forward. I know. A pause. You're late. Warrior smirked slightly. I had mercenaries to deal with. The rule. Nightwolf looked at all of them. No hesitation. No secrets. The room went quiet. If we're doing this, he continued, we do it right. A beat, then everyone reveals who they are. Tension filled the warehouse. Then, one by one, masks came off. Hal Ashford, Ethan Calloway, Skyforge, Silas Woodrow, Robin Hood, Black Siren, Ethan Mercity, Tyler Navarro, Light and Observing, not a member, Princess Elena Cross, Warrior, Max Jackson, Nightwolf, The Mist, Waterman, Silence. Then Velocity blinked. Okay, I gotta say it. Everyone looked at him. There are 2 billionaires on this team. He pointed, him and him. He pointed directly at Silas Woodrow and Max Jackson. That's insane. Robin Hood shrugged slightly. We invest in different things. Nightwolf didn't react. Black Siren smirked. I'm starting to think I joined a very expensive team. The problem. Velocity stepped forward again. But I've got a real question. What happens when we all leave our cities? That hit harder. A silence followed, because no one had answered that yet. City defense discussion. Skyforge spoke first. My city is covered. He looked around. The elemental sentinels stay in West Haven. Firm. What? Green Torch nodded. Coastal City is fine. He glanced at Mist and Waterman. Even if we're gone, it's not defenseless. A small pause. And if things get bad. He looked off slightly. Alan Holt might come out of retirement. Robin Hood crossed his arms. Evergreen City holds. He nodded toward Velocity and Black Siren. And even without us, there's still Jay Garnet, Lightning Bolt. Velocity added, and Lightning Bug. Lightning Bug looked surprised. Wait, really? Velocity smiled slightly. Really? Jackson City. Then all eyes turned to Nightwolf. He didn't speak immediately. Instead, he activated a projection. A jaguar-like silhouette appeared. I had Nightclaw. I have someone. The room watched silently. He's not perfect, Nightwolf said, but he's enough. Warrior studied the image. A guardian. Nightwolf nodded once. The base velocity looked around the unfinished warehouse. Concrete, steel beams, exposed wiring. This place needs a name. Everyone looked at him. He grinned slightly. The Guardian Hub. A pause. Then, Skyforge nodded. I like it. Robin Hood added, simple, functional. Nightwolf gave a slight nod. It works. Final moment. Skyforge turned toward the group. This is bigger than any of us now. Warrior stepped beside him. Then we stand together. Green Torch raised his hand, energy glowing faintly. One by one, the team aligned. Not just heroes, not just individuals. A system, a network, a united front. Outside, the warehouse stood quiet, unmarked, invisible. But inside, the most powerful alliance in the modern world had just taken shape. And somewhere far away, the red dragon symbol flickered again. Watching, waiting. End of Justice Guardians of America number 22 Cly.